In this chapter, Elihu turns from speaking to Job to speaking about God's character, and he does it carefully. He wants to correct ideas, not condemn a person. So Elihu addresses the wider audience, okay? Hear my words, you wise men. Let us discern together what is right. He invites evaluation, not submission, okay? Elihu frames theology as something to be tested and not enforced, okay? Then Elihu summarizes Job's claims. I innocent, God has denied me justice, and there is no benefit in delighting in God. Elihu's concern is this. If this were true, it would imply moral chaos, okay? Elihu worries about the implications of Job's words, not Job's motives. Then this is Elihu's course assertion, okay? Because far be it from God to do evil, from the Almighty to do wrong, okay? His reasoning is God repays according to deeds. God governs impartially, and creation exists because he sustains it. If God were unjust, the world would collapse, life would cease, and justice is woven into existence itself, okay? Elihu stresses the scale. God owns no one explanation, okay? Rulers fall suddenly. The powerful and weak die alike. No status shields anyone. Lack of explanation is not lack of justice, okay? Then Elihu insists God sees every step, darkness hides nothing, judgment does not require investigation. This is not surveillance theology, it's moral reassurance, okay? God's justice does not depend on human courts. Then Elihu argues, some are struck down openly, others fall quietly. God restrains chaos through order. And the purpose of this is to prevent godlessness from spreading, to protect the vulnerable, and stability itself is a form of mercy. Then Elihu suggests a posture Job could take: humble acknowledgement, openness, correction, willingness to learn, and not confession of invented sins, but teachability. Okay? Elihu asks for humility, not false repentance. Then the final warning. Elihu closes with restraint but firmness. Wise people will agree with him. Job's words risk rebellion. Continued protest could harden into defiance. He does not call for punishment, he calls for caution. Questioning God is different from declaring him unjust. What are the key lessons from this chapter? The first one is God's justice is foundational, not reactive. Questioning is allowed. Declaring justice is dangerous, okay? Third lesson, order itself testifies to God's righteousness. Fourth lesson, nothing escapes divine awareness. Fifth lesson, humility is the proper posture in mystery. Summarizing this chapter, Elihu defends the justice of God against any implication that the Almighty acts unfairly. He argues that injustice in God would unravel creation itself and insists that God governs impartially without favoritism or hidden oversight. While acknowledging Job's suffering, Elihu challenges Job's conclusion that God has denied him justice, warning that such claims could undermine trust in divine righteousness. Unlike the earlier friends, Elihu does not invent sins or demand false confession. Instead, he calls for humility and openness to instruction while affirming that God's justice stands even when his reasons remain hidden. Okay, don't forget the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.